Hi guys, Michelle here. Today we're going to talk about how to make edits to an order. So the first thing you're going to do is go into your touchscreen, which is in the point of sale under tickets, and there's your touchscreen. And then you're going to log in. So for some of you, you've already been doing orders, entering orders and changing and editing orders for a while, but we just wanted to confirm that you all know how to make this happen for orders. So the first thing you're going to do if you're entering an order is you're going to put in your sales rep, and what you want to do, you obviously would put in your customer. You would put in your customer, and then under, you would click the order button here to give yourself a blue line. Blue lines indicate orders, green lines indicate sales or sale or tickets. And if you wanted to toggle back and forth, here's the sale line to make it green. Here's the blue order line to make it blue. So those of you that know that you go in, let's say we wanted to, deliver a yard of black mulch, and you would add a document delivery fee of $35. And at this point, you would do your document delivery, all that type of stuff, assuming it was a bulk delivery. Not necessarily all orders are bulk deliveries. It could be sod or like a custom arrangement or something like that, or an engraved stone. Those would all be orders. But you would fill out all of this stuff, for the date and time and all that. I'm not going to do that for the sake of this training, but you would do all that. So when normally right now, the first time you go into an order and the first time you take the order itself is your chance to pay for that order without having to go back and do something else in the future. So if I wanted to pay for this order with cash, I would hit this button. Or if you accidentally, because our orders, how the counterpoint is programmed, you're not required to pay for an order. You are required to pay for a sales ticket, but not an order. So you would hit complete right now, and there would be no money taken on this order. You can see that the amount due is still the full amount. So you could hit complete right now. So the only way to get back into this order to add money to it or to make changes to it is now through the order functions screen, which if you're at the register, you can actually skip the enter sales rep and just go straight to the home button and get your order functions right here down at the bottom. Click this and then go to order process. And then you can hit search here, and we're going to find the one that says Michelle. It's Counterpoint knows that I was the last one to use it, so it's still right there and for me, but you would type in the name and find the customer. So right now I want to go in and take money on this. Normally, like if this was the first time, you would want to hit edit, and then right now you would want to, let's say you made a change. You actually made it, 2 yards of mulch. You would want to hit pay right now and do credit card, and it's not going to let you because you're in edit mode of order functions. You're not in a deposit mode. So you're unable to take money right now because you're in edit mode. So you can come in and make all the changes to this order. So if you want to change the date, let's say we had a date on here. If you want to change the date, you want to change the phone number, you want to change where they want it to dump on left side. If you want to change any of that, you're going to go into edit. Then you're going to make all the changes that you want to make. I have no idea what that pop-up just was. You're going to make all the changes that you want to make. And then when you're done making all the changes, because that's all that you can do in this screen, is hit complete. All you can do is make changes or finish and hit complete. And it goes back to the order processing screen. So then, let's say you've made changes, you either added or subtracted, whatever it may be. You're going to go back in, find the right order. Again, it's Michelle. Now you have the option to take deposits. You can cancel or refund or print. So now I took, we've got 2 yards of mulch on here, whatnot. If I want to take money on this order now, you now have to do deposit. And now this is where you're going to do pay. You're going to hit credit card manual. You're going to hit credit card, whatever it may be. So if I hit credit card right now, it's going to say that because I don't have my Ingenico hooked up. But I could do credit card. Well, it's not going to let me because I don't have the Ingenico hooked up. So it didn't let me and it kicked me out. So if I wanted to do deposits, I could do cash. And you're going to do cash. And again, this is where you have to be sure that you're doing pay balance. You want to make sure that the amount that you're putting on this order or the amount that you're receiving is what's in blue. Because remember, blue is what is required. So right now, this is a cash sale. So if they actually were handing me cash, if they gave me $112, I know we've all been trying to check this button. If they're giving me $112, $112 is what I'm going to type in here. Because you want to be able to give them change back. So more or less, as soon as I did that, it broke out that 111.24 is going onto this order. And then it's more or less driving change for me to give to them on like a ticket, like a green line ticket is change is being applied. So when I say okay, it's going to prompt me to give back 76 cents. If you don't type in this, it's not going to tell you how much money you have to give back. And if you were doing this for the first time and you somehow, before you ever hit complete, and you had green lines and blue lines, if you don't type in how much they're giving you right here, you're going to have a hell of a time trying to figure out how much change you have to give back because it's taking money on the ticket and it's putting money on the order, and you're going to have a really rough time. So be sure that you're typing, if you're actually having a cash sale, be sure that you're typing in here what they're giving you. So now when I say okay, it more or less gives me the green line, and this red line here changed you 76 cents. I'm going to hit complete, and it's more or less going to pop my drawer. If I was at a register, it would pop my drawer right now, and I would give them 76 cents, and I would give them that receipt that printed. Now, since this is actually an order that we care about, we would go to print. We would do this one here, the one on the left, is the paper document, the nice one that you get to see. You would hit the order document, pull this up. You would be confirming all of their info, blah, blah, blah. This is the address. We're delivering here. We're dumping on the left side, et cetera, et cetera. And then you would do the print and then say okay, and it would print to the appropriate printer for the register. Then that's the paper that would go. You would highlight the info, and then it would go back in the slip, back in the break room. If you were doing all this and they weren't standing in front of you and you were over the phone, I would do the order email and then email them that. What this does, this order email, actually emails them this paper that you see, the order delivery slip. When you get the first ticket that I did after I did the deposit, that's like the paper receipt that prints out of the receipt printer where it says unshipped and etc. So generally, if you're doing orders, you want to send them this order email, not the ticket one, because there's really no valuable info on there, and potentially could be confusing because it says unshipped with that other info. So okay, so now that I'm back to this screen and I've more or less, I've paid for my order. Again, once you've closed out of this order for the first time, there's nothing else that you can do like you would if you were doing a brand new order. It's all from this screen. So now if I want to make changes to this order, I would go back into edit, And now I'm in edit mode. You can see the money that's here, but I can't do anything about that. If I hit any of these money buttons, it won't let me do anything about that. The only thing that I can do is change the items on the order. I don't even know that it will let me change the customer. Yep, you can't even change the customer. So literally all you're editing is items on the order from this screen, or the document info. So let's say they change their mind. They only want the 1 yard of mulch. I'm going to hit void line. It's going to ask me if I want to delete that line. I'm going to say yes. And as soon as I took that off, it actually gave me my change due. It didn't do anything. It hasn't processed any refunds, or it hasn't given any cash back or anything. But I more or less made an edit to the order, and now I can see that customers actually owed money. But again, I'm in edit mode, so I can't do anything about that. So I have to hit complete. And then if I want to refund this money, I'm now going to hit refund. This is where you have this option to click refund full amount, which we wouldn't want to do unless it was you're actually canceling the whole order. If I had paid with a credit card, you would see these buttons. They wouldn't be grayed out. You could say use last card or use customer card. Use last card is probably what you would be doing. And it tells you I owe them $36.72 down here. That's what you want to type in here. And then the pay code, if I hit this button, this would automatically change. But you want to be sure that you're switching this, because if you want to switch, give them back on their Discover, you need to hit this. If you just hit OK, it's going to tell you that you're trying to give them cash back. And once you've done that, there's not really a great way to fix that. So since they paid with cash for this card, cash is okay. Or they paid cash for this order, so cash is okay to give them back. You would then say, okay, my drawer is going to pop. I give them $36.72 back. And it actually records that I gave them money back. And then I would probably give them this ticket if they were standing in front of me. And again, we've just made a change to that order. So I would go back into print, confirm that, we only have the 1 yard. And it actually there is an actual history. It doesn't tell me that I removed a yard, but I do have a history down here saying that on 7/26, we refunded cash of $36.72, and that's from the 1 yard that we took off. I would reprint this, highlight the appropriate fields again, and put this back in the bake room to reflect the changes. And you have to make sure that you do pull the existing file so that there's not 2 slips in there that say 2 different things. And I would probably email them again if they weren't in front of me. So let's say they've decided that, they found it cheaper somewhere else and they want to cancel the order. So what you do for cancel is, if I still have money on this order, which I do, I still have $74.52 of their money, you're going to refund first and then hit the cancel. So I'm going to refund this order first, and I'm going to, since we are refunding the full amount that's left, I can click that button. And again, you could use last card. It would populate all, how they paid. And then you could say, okay, it's going to pop my drawer. I'm going to give them their money back. But we're not done. If we're actually canceling an order, you're not done just because you've given them the refund. So you would, give them their ticket here. It would print out of the receipt printer. And then you actually will notice that this all goes gray because we've actually refunded. So there's my full thing. You can actually see that the total amount due is actually what's on the order again. Now that we've refunded it, you can do cancel order. And it's going to confirm you're sure you want to. I'm going to say yes. And now, with this order still up here, see how it's grayed out all of these tickets? More or less, I've refunded it, I've canceled it, there's nothing left to do. And this will more or less come out of the order catalog here, out of this statement, once the drawer for the laptop posts. So if this is happening every day, tomorrow you won't even see this anymore. There is an option to, reinstate if it happens to be the same day. I don't know, something happened and they changed their mind. You could reinstate as long as this was still an option, but this option goes away once this drawer posts for the day. I think that's all I wanted to show you on orders and whatnot. So if you have questions, be sure you see Michelle.